Be happy to introduce myself. My name is Ella Clay. I serve as Senior Pastor of Historic First Community Church and Executive Director of Healing Minds and Souls, a nonprofit providing trauma-informed care for our community through educational classes, establishing holistic relationships, and we provide resources throughout our community. That I do and the people that I serve is very diverse. We primarily are located in the 37208 zip code, which you know that is largely a primarily marginalized community. However, when we serve on our Sunday evening classes, we have 4 classes at this moment: trauma healing for men's, story of God, faith and finances, and boundaries. We serve individuals from unhoused individuals to individuals that are everyday working people to millionaires and billionaires. So we have a very diverse demographic. What we understand is that when we have this journey of life, that all people are impacted by some form of trauma. So we come together to develop a holistic community. Sure. What originally called me to this work is that before the tornado that happened in May of 2020 and before COVID hit, our congregants, a group of individuals, we discerned alongside of American Baptist College what our community needed, what were the things that our community was faced with but seemed untapped. And so we came together alongside of American Baptist College. Lilly Grant Foundation granted us a nice award so that we could work on our community. We came up when we discerned that we needed trauma-informed care. Oftentimes in our community, when we are dealing with behavioral health care issues or mental health care issues, a lot of families say what goes on in a home stays in the home. So what we wanted to do was to bring an awareness to that if you are hurting, if you are dealing with painful situations, we don't want people to have guilt. We don't want individuals to have shame, but we wanted to provide a sacred community where that everyone could come and share the things that was upon their hearts, upon their minds, and knowing that the things that they shared would stay within the community, that we would covenant to have a healthy environment where that individuals are free to express and to give voice to things sometimes they were unable to give voice to throughout their lives. So again, we discerned that before the tornado hit, and so you know what it looked like with the devastation of the tornado. Our community, particularly where we were, looked like a third world country. And so after that, we went right into COVID. So it let us know, and it brought a greater awareness that the work that we were doing through trauma-informed care was very much needed. As I consider my journey as a pastor and as a leader, of course you deal with challenges on a day-to-day basis. However, there's also something very rewarding. There's something very sacred when individuals allow you to walk alongside of them in their journeys. When people hurt, I hurt. And so we are a community where we desire, again, to help individuals heal. One of the things that happened maybe 3 or 4 months ago, one of the individuals who was a part of our community ended up committing suicide. And so that took our community. I mean, not only did it impact their family, but it impacted us as a community. And so with that, you think about the challenges, you think about the hardships. So how do we help people traverse? How do we help ourselves get to a place where we'll be getting our healing process when we have to hear, dealing with vicarious traumas? Because in this work, there are vicarious traumas that leaders carry. When you hear the different stories, when you hear the narratives of other individuals, of course, it's going to impact you on greater levels. But just knowing that we're called to do the work, knowing that we are called to come alongside of people, God gives us the strength, God gives us the wherewithal, He gives us the different type of innovative ideas, He gives us insight to assist individuals where they are and where they're still becoming. Has there ever been any moments where I have felt burnout? Has there ever been any moments where I felt that I was just going to leave the career? And so, again, when I look at the word career versus the word calling, when you're called to do something, yeah, you're going to have those challenges. You're going to have the hardships, you're going to have the pain, you're going to have the days where you feel that you just cannot do it anymore. But when I have gotten to that point, I attempt to have a level of emotional intelligence that I can feel that, I may need a break. I may need an extra vacation. I may need to step out of the pulpit, right? Have someone to come in and serve for a month or so. Matter of fact, I did that this past year. I was feeling the pressure. I was feeling the weight of the ministry, feeling the weight of doing the nonprofit. So being aware of where we are and what we're feeling. Because what I know is that I cannot effectively serve others if I'm not healthy myself. So doing the self-check and being honest, right? Being honest where I am, what I'm feeling, and desiring to traverse through it in a healthier way. I think that's very, very important, especially when you are in service to others. Some of the major lessons that I have come throughout this journey is first knowing that in my weakness, God's strength is made perfect. So that it's important too that I understand that not only am I serving people, but I'm serving God. And so I desire to serve people because I know that it's directly related. When there have been times, again, when things seems to get hard, when things seems to be overpowering, I just know that, and it's really true, and I'm not trying to just use jargon, but really the joy of the Lord is my strength. And so when things get too heavy for me, it alerts me and lets me know that maybe I'm carrying something that I'm not supposed to carry, right? I'm here to be a conduit. I'm here to come alongside of people, but ultimately, it's God that's going to do the major work to make the transformation in the lives of people if they so desire to have it. Oh, wow. Okay. So, something fun about myself that most people don't know is that I like to laugh. I love to be around people, which I guess that would be conducive to the type of work that I do. I love to shop and I love to eat. That's the therapy that I love to, and travel. Actually, I love traveling. As a matter of fact, Healing Minds and Souls, we are going to Cape Town, South Africa in April of this year. We're going to be staying 10 days. And alongside of that, when we first go, the first couple of days, we're going to do soul care, right? Self-care for the first couple of days. We're going to work the next 7 to 8 days. And then the last 2 days, we're going to do healthcare and soul care again. So yeah, that's one of the things that I love to do is traveling. We're going to share trauma-informed care with the culture. And also we're going to look at the ways in which they give trauma-informed care in their country. So it's going to be a learning experience, a reciprocated learning experience. Yes, when I think about the major objectives and goals this year, I tell you what, there's a scripture that says that God will do exceedingly abundantly far above that you ask a thing. And then it goes on to say, according to the power that works on the inside of you. And so as we have just begun to put one foot in front of the other, our day-to-day operations started in May of 2022. And God just continues to do exceedingly abundantly. One of our latest projects, we are in the process of utilizing a forming a wellness healthcare center where we have a nurse practitioner on site that can assist individuals do high blood pressure checks, diabetes checks, given the basic health care and the health care in a way that oftentimes individuals that deals with disparities do not get. This individual that will be serving on our site, she's a very kind, she's a very caring individual, and she takes time to even look at the patients that she's serving. So to have someone to come alongside of us to understand our mission, that we are healing, we're here to heal the community. We're here to create a holistic community. And the way that she will serve, the way that she would practice healthcare will be considerate and conducive to our philosophy as we serve humanity. If I was speaking to young women that are interested in pursuing this line of work, the first thing that I would say is to make sure that you're doing the work because you have a desire to serve humanity. Also, understand that you have to have a level of patience, that when we're doing this type of work, we're not able to solve every challenge at the time that we think that we need to solve it. But if we're able to just come alongside of an individual and help for the moment, we have planted the seed. We have done the work that we have been called to do at that time. And ultimately, that is ultimately is God's work to do. We are, again, we are coming alongside of God. We are God's conduits. We are God's helpers. We are God's healers in the world. And so just have an understanding that that's what you feel that you're called to do. Importantly, I would say you have to have a love for people, because oftentimes people are wanting to serve and they're wanting to preach, they're wanting to serve in healthcare fields, but you have to love people in order to serve them in great ways.